I've played a pretty decent amount of Harley this season, and honestly, he's still a very strong pick. He's also not banned nearly as much anymore, unlike last season where he was either first picked or banned most of the time. So if you're struggling to rank up, definitely give him a try. That being said, I wouldn't recommend first picking him. If the enemy team picks a bunch of sustain heroes, Harley becomes a lot less effective. But he can still be a serious threat to the enemy backline if you know how to play him. And in this game, the enemy team had absolutely no real frontline. They took a bunch of squishy heroes, and the roamer picked Florin instead of a tank. The enemies definitely weren't the best this game, but I still wanted to include this match in the video, since this was my last game before hitting Mythical Glory. This Julian clearly has no idea what he's doing. I remember playing Julian back when he was absolutely dominating every game and getting banned constantly. He's definitely fallen off quite a bit since then. He lacks the mobility for the current meta, and basic attackers in general are too vulnerable to any form of crowd control. I don't really see a world where the enemy wins this game. Their team composition is just way too bad. Alright, Moontoon was way too generous with that game, so naturally, in the next one, I get 2 mages on my team. This Gourd is actually so kind. He used his ult just to help me clear the jungle creep. After that, I honestly didn't even want to contest the turtle. But my team managed to create some space, so I decided to go in anyway. This Dyroth was feeding Paquito the entire game. He got killed by him several times, and he still kept fighting him head on. Like, what are these players thinking? I was getting pretty bored in this game, so I decided to mess around a little bit. Yeah, probably not the best idea, because I ended up dying for it. But it didn't really matter, since Xavier got the bounty instead of one of their main damage dealers. Paquito got a bit too confident after killing Dyroth multiple times, so he tried to kill Minotaur, but he got shut down pretty quickly because he thought everyone was a bot like Dyroth. After winning the team fight, we got the lore. I tried to chase down Paquito, but he was too fast for Balmont to catch, so I eventually gave up on him. If you're wondering why I'm using Balmond, it's because of his recent adjustment. His skill 2 now reduces the enemy's physical defense. This effect used to be on his skill 1, which was much harder to hit consistently. And when you combine that with his ultimate, which deals true damage based on the enemy's lost HP, he's actually really good against tanky enemies now. This is the build I'm using on him. War Axe and Queen's Wings are easily his 2 best items. Queen's Wings especially helps him survive those situations where he's about to die before he can use his ultimate, so I always prioritize building it as my second item. The rest of the build is pretty situational. For this game, I went for Dominance Ice, because Paquito, Ling, and Hanabi all had lifesteal in their kits, and Dominance Ice also gives me a total of 80 hybrid defense, including the defense from its passive. I still have to play a bit safely around Hanabi, because no matter how much I despise Hanabi players, the hero itself is still pretty strong against low mobility and tanky heroes, at least in the late game, after getting Demon Hunter Sword. This was actually the only time Dairoth managed to kill someone in a 1v1, but right after that, he did something stupid. All the enemies were dead, so we could have ended the game if he had shown up, but for some reason, he decided to go kill the blue buff instead. Thanks for watching if you are still here.